Hey sixth graders, so today we are going to be talking about nouns, and this is going to be your first video for me. So as we watch the video, we'll pause every once in a while and ask you a question. All you have to do is just stop and answer the question. Now I also gave you a notes page, which you see right over here, that you can follow along with, especially if you have trouble seeing it on the screen, because I know the type can be a little bit small. Okay? All right, so let's start out by talking about what a noun is. A noun is a person, place, thing, or idea. So people can be LeBron James, author, friend, Barack Obama. So they can be specific names, okay, like LeBron James, or just kind of a more general word for a person like friend. Okay. All right. Places, Richmond, city, mall, baseball field. Again, you can see we have a specific name for a specific place, Richmond, or we have just like a general name for any place, any city. Okay. All right. Things, book, CD, football, paint. Ideas, sometimes these are the hardest ones to identify as nouns. Happiness, success, loyalty, or love. Okay. So let's take a moment and circle the nouns in these sentences together. Okay, so number one, John bought a can of soup in the grocery store, but Frank looked at a magazine. So I have a lot of nouns in here. I got people, okay, I have John, I have Frank, and as I'm doing this, I want you to do it on your paper as well. All right, I have some things. I have a can, I have soup, I have a store, I have a magazine. All right, I guess the store was a place, but lots of them. Don't see any ideas in here, okay? So let's look at number two. Track meets include many different events, all right? I have a couple things. I have a track meet, and I have events, all right? Number three, many outstanding runners come from Kenya, which would be country in Africa. All right, so I have some people, I have runners. I have some places, I have Kenya, I have a country, I have Africa. All right, number four, the teacher wiped the desk clean with a wipe. I got a person, I got a teacher. I got some things. I have my desks and a wipe. Okay, now for number five, what I want you to do is I want you to list all the nouns that you see there, okay, in the little fill in the blank box that's going to pop up for you, okay? All right, so hopefully you circled, or listed rather, Joel, pencil, room, and Mary. All right, now just a quick reminder, nouns can be singular, which means only one, they're single, or plural, which means more than one. And most of the time in English, when we make a noun plural, we add an S. So you can see here we go from football to footballs, cat to cats. However, some are weird because English has some weird words, and they change form, like child to children, goose to geese. So you just want to keep an eye out for those. All right, now let's go ahead and scroll down and talk briefly about common and proper nouns, okay? Now, hopefully you've noticed, as we've done this, that some of our nouns have been capitalized and some have not. So a common noun is a general, make sure you fill this in, name for a person, place, thing, or idea, like city, school, teacher, friend. And my writing with the pen here isn't great, but it says general. Okay? Now, a proper noun is the name of a specific person, place, thing, or idea. So instead of saying city, I can say Richmond. Instead of saying school, I could say Northumberland Middle School. Instead of teacher, it might be someone's name, like Mr. Shabazz. And instead of a friend, it might be someone named Kimberly. Okay? So I have specific names. Now, what do you notice about all the proper nouns here, okay, and all the proper nouns we've seen so far on this sheet? Take a moment, answer that question. All right, hopefully you said they are all capitalized, okay? So anytime you have a proper noun, someone's specific name, all right, we are going to capitalize it, okay? All right, some examples there, state to Virginia, song to wrecking ball, country to Mexico, language to French, okay? All right, now, let's do a little practice with that. So we're going to pause, and I want you to do these 4 questions. So for each one, you're going to underline the common noun and circle the proper nouns. And if there are any proper nouns, we're going to write their correct form in the space provided, which means you're going to write their capitalized form. Okay? All right. Hopefully we've gotten a chance to do that. So let's take a look at this. So our common nouns, number one, we should have said boy. And that was it. That was really our only common noun. We had some proper nouns. Aunt Rita, so you should have capitalized that. And Mount Fuji. So we had the name of a person, name of a place. All right, number two, we had the boy again. We had a boat. Okay. This one was tricky. So if you didn't get this one, this next part, that's okay. But we could have said sea was common. All right, but the name of the sea is actually the Sea of Japan. So the whole thing should be proper, and you should have written capitalized Sea of Japan down here. Okay, now number three, we have common, friend, aunt. Okay, now notice aunt is common here when it was proper up here, because here we're not giving her full name, so it could be any aunt. Okay, all right, we got a proper noun, Captain Strauss, and a common noun, ship. All right, so on New Year's Day, that's named for a specific day, so that was proper. The boy, common, aunt, common, the Mekong River. That is proper, so that should have been capitalized. All right, now, one last thing to know about nouns. They usually come along with a part of speech called articles. Okay, there are only 3 articles in the English language: a, an, and the. Okay, so articles come before a noun. They don't have to come before every single noun, but they'll be there a lot of the time. So, for example, I picked up a book. My noun is book. My article is a. An airplane flew overhead. The chair. All right, so article, noun. Sometimes there'll be adjectives between the article and the noun, like a brightly colored book, an annoying airplane, the rickety chair, right? But you'll always have, your article and then eventually a noun, okay? So the difference between them, we use an instead of a when the next word begins with a vowel. So I would say a porcupine, but I would say an armadillo. A dog, an elephant, okay? So whenever it's got a vowel, all right, we put that an there instead of the a. Now, we use the when it's a specific thing. So when I just say I sat on a chair, I could be talking about any chair, but when I say I sat on the chair, I'm indicating some kind of specific chair. Okay? All right. Thanks, guys.